There are certain states that there are like traffic laws. They're considered to be administrative laws that have criminal penalties. But Nevada considers them to be criminal. It's a misdemeanor to speed in Nevada. But in Nebraska, where I'm from, it's not a misdemeanor. It's a violation of the state law, but it's administrative law. But again, they can put you in jail for it. Yeah. But you're not considered to be a misdemeanor, where in Nevada you are, which I think is really insulting to people, because who doesn't speed in their car? Who obeys all the traffic laws all the time? Who does everything the way they're supposed to? And all that is because we're not only regulating actions, but we're regulating morality, we're regulating thought and intent.
Okay, Ray, we got you back, buddy.
Yeah, Roxanne called in, and it's the Commission on Judicial Discipline. I carry this in my wallet at all times because if anybody needs it, it would be me. It's 775-687-4017. Now, I'm going to repeat that for Roxanne and anybody else who's interested. 775-687-4017. And they do have a website, judicial.state.nevadanv.us. judicial.state.nv.us. So, I hope, I keep it, a matter of fact, I showed it to a judge one time when one judge screwed around with me. And I saw the other judge, and I said, if this keeps happening, this is what I'm going to do. And he looked at it, and he nodded, and he said, I understand. I didn't get any more flack from the other judge afterwards, because they talk. They talk. So there you go, and Noah's going to put the number back up on the screen. I kind of gave him a little a browbeating. I said, hey, the number's not up. Come on, let's go. All right, you guys, keep going. It's a good show.
All right, thanks, Ray. Yeah, I read somewhere that there's 5,000 federal laws alone that you can be incarcerated for breaking. 5,000.
Well, you're familiar with conspiracy theorist? He's the Hulk Hogan. No, Hogan. He looks like Hulk Hogan. Jesse Ventura.
Oh yeah,
Jesse Ventura was being interviewed once, and he stated that he once he became governor, he had a discussion with the attorney general, or the state attorney general, and said, "Look at these law books." He goes, "We need to get these it just cut down. We only need like a dozen laws to go by, sort of a glorified 10 Commandments. We don't need all these laws." And the attorney general said, "It would take us." He said, "It's taken." Over 100 years to put these laws on the books. He said it would take almost that long to get them back off the books, and I don't know if that's true, but that's the excuse that we people use, and every time that someone says we need a new law, oh gosh, where were you? It was at a meet and greet for the Donuts with the DA a few weeks ago, and some of these jejune people were saying, "Oh, we have to help these homeless kids because their parents are no good, but the kids are technically homeless and they go from home to home, and we need to help them out." And I raised my hand and I said, and they said, "We need to pass new laws, to help these people." And I said, no. And Angela called on me, and I said, she looked all a little nervous too when she did. I don't know why she looked so nervous when she calls on me. But I said, we've got laws on the books. If you got these parents, these shiftless, no good parents that can't take care of their kids, then we prosecute them for neglect. And I have no issue with that one. And they said, "Well, what are you going to do about the poor kids?" I said, "Well, that's why God created orphanages." So we have the infrastructure and the laws in the books. We don't need to create more problems for the citizens who are already out. And if you want to do and go out and help people, you can do that on your own. And that's why God created special levels in heaven for all of us who believe in that. But But you earn your good karma here on earth if by helping other people. But you don't earn good karma, and nothing gets accomplished by thrusting it on other people and having the taxpayer pay for these silly ideas that are just going to create more laws and tax issues for the average person.
Well, to me, first and foremost, if you're going to enforce laws, start at the top and work down. In other words, don't sit there and say, police, you're immune to any charges, or prosecutors, you're above the law. Politicians, you can get away with anything. Our whole foreign policy is, in many cases, breaking international laws, as well as our own. Here's an article. I make all these for Ray the Flag Man, and I dump them on him all at once. But 2 entire police departments shut down during FBI raids over massive DEA drug ring conspiracy. 2 entire police departments shut down. That is, to me, what we need. If we're going to enforce laws, let's hold the people at the top accountable first and foremost. That's my opinion, and it's a strong one.
And also, the people at the top then also need to be punished harder, because there is a public trust here. If it's just Joe the rag picker and he's out, jaywalking, well, that's or doing whatever. If he commits a crime, then that's Joe the rag picker, and we kind of expect that of people on the lower end of society. But when you're a person, judge, attorney, person that's been gifted with a lot of money and political influence, Hillary Clinton, for instance, those are the people that they need to go after. That really the laws should go after primarily and first, and as you said, but also the punishment should be harsher. And
it applies all the way down to little old Nye County. We've got some real bad stuff that is being allowed in this place. And until we start cracking down at those that are doing it, don't pick on those poor people that cross over a little line when they're turning right and suddenly they're out a couple $100. We got to go to break pretty quick. This is a good one. Thank you. Keep the calls coming.